So, here it is, everybody. The moment you've all been waiting for, or I've been waiting for at least. Yes. So, looking back at the last week, I think the biggest thing that it's made me realise is that you can live on so much less than we actually do, and you can still live healthily. I mean, if you worked out the unit by unit cost of what I've eaten for this whole week, I've actually lived on, well, under £2.50 a day. £2.50 for the whole week, so 50p a day. But because I bought in bulk at the beginning of the week, so I had £5 to spend, and I had to buy big bags of stuff. I used up all my allowance. But if you were to, as I say, if you were to work it out at a unit by unit cost, you could actually have quite a healthy diet by buying fruit and veg, by buying all sorts of things, and you'd still be under £1 a day. And yeah, like really, you begin to realise that you could quite comfortably live on under £5 a week just in terms of food. I still have half a kilogram of rice left. I've got half a box of eggs left. I've got half my sausages left. I've got half a bag of veg left. I've got half a loaf of bread, half a tin of baked beans. So really, I've lived quite comfortably. I've not been hungry this week particularly. I might have been hungry for the first couple of days where my stomach adjusted to things, and where I rationed myself quite strictly because I didn't want to run out of food by the end of the week. But it's actually quite easy to do in terms of food. That said, this week was a very boring week in terms of food, and the food that I did have wasn't particularly nice, as you'll probably have gathered from my last videos. But as I say, if you work them out by unit cost, you could probably get around that quite easily. When you start to factor in, though, the real costs of living, so what your accommodation costs, your heating costs, your electricity and energy for cooking, your water costs, even your loo roll, it suddenly does become an awful lot harder to actually live below £1 a day. In fact, I would challenge people to say that it's impossible to live off £1 a day in that sense. I mean, for example, my college accommodation is probably costing in the realm of about £90 to £100 a week. I mean, I can't get around that, and I don't think you'll find accommodation. Well, you won't find accommodation full stop. Even if you go and live in a backpackers, it's going to cost you about £7 a night at the very cheapest. So I don't really see a way around that unless you're living rough. So yeah, the other thing that this week's just made me realise is actually quite how freely we spend our money. A single pint costs you £3, and that's 3/5 of your weekly budget. That's incredible. You know, you can feed yourself for a whole week on. No, I've just fed myself for a whole week on less than the price of a single pint. That's an absolute joke. And then you realise that, well, okay, that sandwich that you grabbed from a cafe in town, or from the Yum Cafe at university, that set you back £2.50, £2.80 maybe, and that's half your weekly budget, and that again, that's more than I've spent all week on food. It's just totally incredible. Like, the equivalent sandwich that you can make for yourself, maybe not with quite so exotic ingredients, would cost you an absolute fraction of the price. So yeah, it's kind of made me realise that we live in a society in which people do live extravagantly, and we don't need all of the stuff that we spend money on. We can live quite comfortably on much less than we do. Um, and I think the impact of this is of living in this society is that it blinds us to the conditions of people elsewhere in the world who, well, 1.4 billion people who live on less than £1 a day. And it also highlights the massive inequality that's, you know, existing in the world today. So in this way, this week has been illuminating, and I definitely would encourage everyone to try it. It doesn't take an awful lot of effort. It definitely doesn't cost you much, but it's definitely worthwhile to kind of to begin to get a sense of perspective on quite how extravagant our lives are, particularly in this time of hardship, with, you know, global recession, and people are complaining that they're struggling to live. They don't have enough money to go around. Actually, you can live on an awful lot less than you think you can, or than you think you have to. So really, this leads me to say thank you for watching these videos, and please continue to make donations. The website is still live, and one of our members, Victoria Grigson, you can see her videos on our YouTube channel, which is Actionaid Durham, all one word, is actually doing Lent below the line. So really massive kudos to her. Well done. That's a really kind of brave undertaking, and she really needs your support. It's a really worthwhile cause, and she'll really appreciate it. Again, the sponsorship address, if you haven't gone on it already, can be seen below, just here, and we really would appreciate your donations. And just to highlight the something that's going on next month, we're doing a raffle, as I said in the last video. Please do get involved. We've got some excellent prizes, including a £200 Barber jacket that's been donated to us, and we will advertise tickets probably outside the library and through Facebook, so please do get involved in that, and keep your support coming in. So thank you very much for watching, and take care everyone. See you later.